Hi guys, Mickey here. Right, so, in response to a question I was asked quite recently, here's my thoughts on survival. Okay, that's what today's video is going to be about. It's from the man cave. Weather's been absolutely awful for the last few days again, so yeah, I didn't really want to go up the woods. It's soaking wet up there and very, very muddy. So I thought I'd do one from here, just talking about the basics. Hopefully you enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, and join us on a Sunday night at 2000 hours for our live chat. Guys, take it easy. Please enjoy the video and let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Have a great day. Let's get on with it. Hi everybody, Mickey here, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, again, we're here in the man cave, and for those of you that commented on how much I like the man cave, thank you very much. This is an amalgamation of many years of different techniques, methods, bits of equipment, trials, errors, some fails, some successes. And even stuff that I failed or I haven't mastered. I tend to keep the kit just as something to remind me, to help me push forward and to go back to and maybe attempt to master at a later date. So what I'm going to talk about today is survival. Okay, survival, preparedness and all the rest of it. Now this should be in your toolbox, whether you do wild camping or whether you're just an everyday person who doesn't do any of these things. This is something to put in your toolbox. This is something to carry with you. Okay, and it works very simply. It's a little bit of a change of mindset for some people. Rather than just bimbling through life, taking it as it comes, it's a little bit of forethought. It's an easy thing to practice, takes no time, and it actually takes no real expense. Okay, so principles of survival in any crisis and any situation. Okay, now this applies to anything in life. Okay, the first thing that comes into play in any situation is luck. Okay, pure and simple, blind luck. Okay, now you can improve on your luck through knowledge. Okay, so where to sit on a train, where to sit on a plane, okay, how the environment's going, is it going to rain, is it going to be a tornado, a hurricane, a flood, so on. So knowledge can improve your luck, okay, knowledge of the layout of the land, staying on the high ground rather than going into a valley. So again, knowledge improves luck, but luck comes into play. Were you in the right place at the right time to come through that situation? Okay. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but you can all imagine how it works. If you were sat in the right place in the bus, if you were the third car in the lineup in the accident, whether, you know, whatever it was, luck. So you come through your situation, you bang, you crash, you wallop, natural disaster, whatever, and you find yourself stood there. Okay, you've come through it, you find yourself stood there. Okay, what else is going to come into play? Well, the first thing that's going to come into play is your own body's survival techniques and methods. The way your body is engineered to pull you through that situation. Okay, and you are going to go into one of the 3 F's. Now, the 3 F's are fight, flight or freeze. Now these are completely natural and everybody's response is slightly different. Okay, if you look at nature, and remember, we are an animal. Okay, we are a living animal. We have a lot of the same organs, different sizes and shapes, admittedly, as a wild animal, but we still carry those wild animal instincts and reactions. So a situation occurs, wallop like that, within microseconds. Okay, your brain, the brain has sent the signal, release the adrenaline. Boom! The adrenaline is released into your bloodstream. Okay, this adrenaline, it has multiple effects. So, okay, the first of which is it speeds up the amount of oxygen to the brain and heart and the bloodstream. Okay, everything opens up in the lungs, oxygen gets rushed into everything, everything's ready to go. Okay, often in these situations people say that time slowed down. Not so much time slowing down as your mental ability speeding up. You've had an injection of a drug that allows your body to go into high speed mode, including your thought processes. Okay, all your senses become alert and attuned, your pupils dilate, your eyes open, let more lighting, let more imagery. Okay, your hearing improves. Okay? Your pain receptors shut down, not completely, but they shut down. Okay, this is our ancient primordial process coming in. All this happens in microseconds. Okay, all this rushes in. This is preparing you to fight. This is preparing you to run away. Okay, and for some people, it will cause them to freeze. Okay, if you think about animals in a shock situation, quite often things like deer, they will just go stock still. And this is again a defence process. Don't see me. Okay, so that happens. Now, if you're going to practice survival skills, one of the things you're going to do is through a thought process, right, and educating your brain, you're going to say, right, I know this happens. And if you're a flight person, your instinct is to start running straight away, right? Usually away from whatever the threat is. Run, right? Get out, get away. Okay, and that's not always the best thing to have happen. Okay, quite often people run into danger. People react instinctively, okay, and quite often other threats and dangers are removed from our thought process. You get the scene of an accident on a motorway, you'll be surprised how many people will jump out the car and run to the hard shoulder because their brain says to them the hard shoulder is a safe place and I'm in the middle of the motorway, I've got to get to the hard shoulder. Completely oblivious to all the other moving traffic. Okay, it's a reactive instinct, get to safety. Okay, you've got to master that. And the only way to master that is to teach yourself right from the beginning to say, look, my thought process is something happens, stop, just for a second, just stop, assess and enact. Okay, so, and you'll see this in a lot of first responders, a lot of military trained guys. Something happens, right, just for a second, they're like, boom, boom, boom. Try and take in as much information as possible. Assess the situation. Where's it coming from? Where's the danger? Where's the risk? What are the other risks? Okay. Now act. And that is just a thought process. It's teaching yourself to do that. Again, if you're a fight reactor, okay, your instinct is to come up to fight. Now, for a lot of people, the fight process comes in, but there's nothing to fight. Then it drops to flight. Okay, get yourself away from danger and use that adrenaline. Accept it. This is a brilliant process that has kept us and keeps most mammals and most animals alive in high threat situations. Okay, but you've got to learn to master and control it. Now, fear is completely natural. Okay, everybody's afraid. Even the roughest, toughest guys are afraid. You will often hear people that have been through situations, or people that we class as the elite and the brave, firemen, police, military personnel, that sit there and go, anybody that says they weren't scared is a liar. I was afraid. Fear is a good thing. Comes with this reaction. Learn to control it. Okay? Accept it. Yes, I'm scared, but how am I going to get out of this situation? Okay? Master your fear. Okay, and allow it to be there. So that's the first thing that's going to or the first physiological thing that's going to happen to you. Okay, now this all comes down into a process. Okay, and any situation comes down into a process. Okay, you've got luck, you've got the adrenaline comes in, it kicks in, you come through the initial situation. Okay, you're now into your survived that. Blimey, what do I do now? Okay, well the next thing, depending on your scenario, is willpower. Okay, now the willpower again helps you to control those emotions, helps you to keep control of your body rather than just let your body react. Okay, keeps you in control. And willpower in devastating situations especially is important. The will to live, okay, the want to survive. And there are many, many examples of this. I'm not going to give any today, but there are many, many examples of people that survived against the odds. And when they've been rescued, they say, "How the hell did you survive that?" And they went, "Wasn't going to give up. Wasn't going to give up." Okay, and there's three main, not the only, but there's three main routes that people go down with willpower that they turn to give them strength. Okay, and they're in no particular order, but the one that you come across is faith. Okay, the belief that you are in the hands of another being and you put yourself in their hands to pull you through this situation. Okay, belief, faith. Okay, I will survive. I'm loved by God and I will get through it. Okay, it's strength. It gives that person strength. Don't ever belittle it. If you're a person of no faith as well, you've got to respect that if it pulls them through it. Okay, the next thing you've got is family. Okay, that's your next tool, or another tool. I'm going to get home to my family. I'm going to see them again. I'm going to make it through. Visualize them, and give yourself that strength to make it through against the odds. And thirdly, and the one that I tend to turn to, is pure bloody minded anger. Okay, I'm not giving up. I am not going to just die. I'm going to fight this every tooth, nail, claw of my being. I'm going to get through this. Okay, and you use those. Allow them in you. Okay, keep control of them, especially things like anger. Don't let it take over, but use it. Okay, and think about it. Give yourself the willpower. Now, something that assists willpower is knowledge. And knowledge is the biggest or the biggest tool in your box. Okay, when we think of the survival pyramid is that shape. Okay, and the very, very tip of the top is kit. Okay, the next section and the largest section in that pyramid is knowledge. Okay, I'm running the whole length of the bottom. The foundation supporting block is the will to live. Okay, so if you think of that pyramid, knowledge is the largest area. And when I say knowledge, this can mean any sort of knowledge. Whether you're somebody like me that researches other people's incidents, their accidents, their survival stories, and takes from that and thinks, "God blimey, how would I have done it in that situation? Look how he come through it." The knowledge that other people have survived these things against the odds gives me strength. Okay, I also learn, how did he survive this? What did he do? Where did he go? What did he use? Okay, all comes back in. It's all tools, and it weighs nothing. It's up there. It's all information I've stored, and you'd be surprised how often you absolutely forget about something. Okay, and then a situation occurs, and that knowledge comes straight back to the front, and you're like, yeah, I remember how to do that. That's what happened. That's how he got through that. Okay, so you use that knowledge and you build your knowledge. And when I'm doing courses, I say to people, start with the basic foundations of knowledge. So knowledge that you should have, or should endeavour to learn, are things like first aid. Okay, you should learn how to cover first aid. Navigation, it's a good one to learn. Your camp building skills, building shelters, it's all knowledge, it's all built up. And again, with all these things, it's great having the knowledge. It's fine to watch a video and go, "Oh yeah, I've seen how it's done." Practice it yourself. Go out and practice it. Okay, learn these skills, build your skill sets up, and then progress further and further and further. And as you master each one, you put that in the box, you look at the next one, and you move on and on and on. And again, I very much keep to what I call practical skills. So if you're going to go into things like bushcraft, absolutely brilliant. All the skills in bushcraft apply to a prepper survival world. okay, and they can be used for your wild camping, your adventures and everything else. But don't be fooled into, you've got to think about these things practically, okay. You've also got to think, what skill sets do I need and how can I apply them in a practical manner, okay. So again, whenever I'm talking about survival, I always come back to cigarette lighters first. Personally for me, cigarette lighter first, ferro rod second. Why? I've mastered them, okay. Quick, easy, efficient, which is what I tend to want to carry and have with me. If I want to make a fire using a bow drill, I can do. I have done it in the past. It's a pain in the arse. It takes me forever to do, and there is a lot of luck involved in that. But I know I can do it. Flint and steel, I've mastered that. Okay, I can go to my flint and steel kit, or I can improvise a flint and steel kit and use that. But again, invariably, I'd rather in an emergency, in a genuine situation, have a cigarette lighter. Okay, because it's quick, it's simple, it's efficient. If I need to make that fire in an emergency, I need to make that fire now. Okay, so I go down that road. But again, I don't take from or disregard things like bushcraft. I don't disregard things like camping. I don't do a lot of tent camping. Okay, again, because I practice my survival skills, so I put myself in situations where I'm like down to the bare minimum, using a tarp, using a cloth, using whatever basics I've got. Okay, but there's nothing wrong with camping. Nothing wrong with camping at all. A tent, that's great preparation. If you've got a tent in the back of your car, or you're going up in the hills, you should be taking a tent. Okay, going up into the hills, especially in the middle of the winter or late in the season, you know, I see people doing it with the minimum kit, and I quite often think to myself, you know, really, you know, I know you're good at what you're doing, but what if it goes wrong? Okay, so have that little bit of preparation mindedness, and that comes with knowledge. As you build your knowledge, you get an idea of what you require, and everybody's different. Okay, everybody's got different needs, physicalities, abilities, and mindsets. Okay, so you need to adapt those again to yourself. So that when I watch people say, you know, you've got to do it like this, or you've got to do it like that, I tend to sort of go, yeah, that's fine. That works for you, might not work for somebody else. And maybe somebody that has a disability with their hands, who's not going to be able to work a flint and steel, make a bow drill. It might be somebody that has a disability, can't use one arm. So again, you've got to adapt what suits you and become confident with it. Okay, and again, with building this knowledge, it is about confidence. It's about doing something and practicing something. Okay, if you're going to practice firelighting skills, start on a nice day. As you progress with your firelighting skills, start doing it on rotten days. Start doing it on wet days. Then start making sure that everything you're using is going to be slightly damp. Figure it out for yourself. Okay, sometimes you succeed. Don't look at failures as failures. Look at them as a learning curve. Okay, also this went wrong. The amount of times I've lit a fire and it's decided at the early stages I've either put too much stuff on or it's a bit damp or whatever, and it's gone out. Okay, and I've shown this on my videos, and as I say to people, take a deep breath, start again. Okay, it's not a failure. Okay, the starting again and the success at the end of it. Okay, we've got to learn to push through these situations when they occur. Build your ability. Okay, so knowledge supports willpower, and willpower supports knowledge. Okay, in your willpower, which again comes below luck, okay, the knowledge, yes, I can survive that. Yes, I can make a shelter out of that. Yes, we're going to be okay because I know what I'm doing and I've got this with me. Okay, which brings me to the next thing, kit. Now, kit is the smallest part of the triangle. Okay, your kit is going to be an assistance. If you've got kit and you've got no knowledge, you haven't practiced with it, you haven't used it, you've never taken it out of the package, which, believe you me, I've seen time and time again, it's of no use to you. Okay, if you're carrying a tent system you've never erected and all of a sudden find yourself in a hurricane, how do you know that that tent's going to stand up to the wind? Okay? You're going to waste time trying to put it together, trying to put it out. Practice those skills when it's good. Build the skills up, the knowledge. And quite often I've started with something and looked at it and gone, not going to use it. Okay? Simplify your kit. Keep it to simple, practical, easy to use confidence methods. Things you're happy and confident in. Okay? I always carry a poncho. And again, we come back to that thing that people say to me, oh, I don't carry a poncho, I carry a waterproof set. Okay? I carry a poncho purely simply because it suits me. I don't disregard or disrespect the person that's carrying a full set of waterproofs. That's great for them if that works for them. However, I prefer a poncho. And the reason I prefer the poncho is I find it more versatile. I might not have a tarp with me. I might be just going out for a walk for an afternoon. I've got my simple little day bag on. I'm carrying a very simple first aid kit, very simple brew kit. The weather looks good today. I'll just take the poncho just in case it turns bad. Just in case I come across a casualty. Just in case I need to rig an emergency shelter. Okay? Just in case I come across somebody like my darling wife who's on a mobility scooter and it's hammering down. I'm physically fit and capable. I've got a way of making a brew. I'm good. They might be broken down. I can stick that poncho over them. It doesn't just cover them, it covers their scooter. Okay? Poncho slips on over my backpack. And in so doing, keeps my backpack dry. It means I don't need an extra cover for my backpack. Okay? I stop, I sit down, take the poncho out, fold it into four. It's a dry seat. Okay? It's adaptation, adaptation, adaptation. Find what suits you. Okay? So again, like that, first aid kit. What am I using it for? How's it practical for my use? There's going to be a little video up probably in the next few days on first aid kits, what I carry in first aid kits, why I carry in first aid kits, and the different first aid kits that I carry for different eventualities. And I do, I carry 3 main first aid kits. In actual fact, I have 2 here. Okay, so that is my going out, you know, what I call a weekend first aid kit. So in that, with trauma dressings, I've got tourniquets, I've got burns gels, I've got spray plaster, I've got duct tape, I've got dressings pads, I've got pain relief, okay, I've got antacids, I've got diarrhea relief, got all those in there because I'm planning on going away. Maybe a day, maybe a weekend, maybe an overnighter, so it goes in there. I'm also going to be using my bushcraft knife, my big saw, an axe or whatever. Okay, there's a chance of an accident. It's all in there. Okay, and all the kit in there is what I would call life preservers. It's kit that's designed to save my life. It's not designed necessarily to make me comfortable or to cure me. It's designed to save my life. Okay, because at the end of the day, if I end up with a traumatic bleed, I need to control that bleed myself, probably before I even phone 999. Okay, once I phone 999, I can say to them, I have an arterial bleed. I've just about managed to get it under control, but it's an arterial bleed in my thigh or in my arm or whatever. Okay, I can give them as much information before I lose consciousness. Right? Those guys are going to be better equipped, better prepped for me when they get to me. So again, that's why that. Or if it was in a casualty I'm having to deal with. My small kit, which, no, it's downstairs in my bag. Okay, my everyday kit that I carry in my little rucksack. Simple. Small pouch. Okay. 1 first field dressing, large or Israeli bandage. Deals with bleeds fantastically. 1 small elasticated tourniquet. Again, not the most efficient tourniquet in the world, but do the job. Right. And some spray plaster. Simple as. There's 4 paracetamol in there, 4 ibuprofen in there, 2 diarrhea relief. Again, why? Because that pack is just designed for, I'm going out, I'm going shopping, I might be walking the dog, something happens. Okay, I've got enough kit to deal with the situation initially until I can get aid. Okay, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a paramedic, but that's my thought process, keeping it simple, keeping it sweet. And remember, with first aid kits, big dressings can do small wounds. Okay, you don't want to carry 200 small dressings if you don't need to. They're fine to have a few, and you've got to think about your own processes, your own systems. Okay, one of the things I carry in there, and I don't see many people carrying these days, is an iPad. Right, and when I say iPad, it is something to cover an injury to the eye, and I've also got a small roll of duct tape in there. Okay, because the amount of times I've cut myself or I've nicked myself and that, and to be honest with you, if I've got a bleed on the finger, a bit of insulation tape or duct tape around it just to keep it clean, keep it sealed, until I can get home, take it off, wash it, sort it out. That's it. So, that goes into knowledge. First aid kit. Not just what you carry, but learn how to use it. If you've never attended a first aid course, I suggest you do. There are plenty of organisations out there. Some are free and some are by donation. If you're somewhere where you can't get onto one of these, use YouTube. Learn. Okay? Make it fun. Practice it with your partner. Okay? I practice with the wife, she practices with me. Teach one another how to deal with problems. And again, because my wife has mobility issues, we've adapted some of the techniques so that she can look after me and I can look after her. Okay? And it makes it fun, makes it interesting, makes it a game. And in the event of anything ever happening, again, that mindset up here is locked away back there, and it will come to the fore, I promise you. Okay? That information, okay? You suddenly get there and you go, oh blimey, check the breathing, I've got to do CPR. Oh yeah, I remember this, yeah, staying alive. Okay? So again, all these processes, all knowledge, all tools, strengthens will, prevents you from failing, or assists you in success, I should say, more than anything. Okay, and you've got to adapt to your ability. Okay, you've got to be realistic. It's no point sitting there saying, you know, I'm planning an adventure, I'm going to do Crib Goch, or I'm going to go do Ben Nevis in the middle of winter, and I'm just going, because I'm manly, I'm just going to take my boxer shorts and a pair of plimsolls. Or I'm going to do it, as I've seen somebody do, barefoot. Why? Why? I know, alright, fantastic, you did it barefoot. Give you that. You spent more time looking at your feet and thinking about where you were putting them than actually enjoying the fantastic views and the true adventure that's there. Yeah, know which one I'd rather be enjoying. But again, horses for courses, can't take it from that person if that's what they wanted to do. So be it. Okay, but make sure that you've got the kit, the ability and the knowledge, and you understand how your body is going to react in an emergency. So that's my thoughts on survival. That's where I start the process. Okay, Lady Luck, who you can bolster through knowledge. Okay, willpower, whatever works for you works for you. Knowledge, build as much knowledge as you can. It's a toolbox and it weighs nothing and it's huge, and you can just keep loading it up, loading it up, loading it up. Don't let that knowledge become fear. That's another thing. Okay, concentrate on the positive. Kit, build the kit that you need, build the kit that suits you, practice with that kit so that it becomes knowledge and it becomes will. Okay, you suddenly find yourself in a situation, it's nothing better than knowing that that kit you've got is 100% waterproof, and that when you get into it and you get your dry kit on, you are going to be safe, because that bag and that gear goes down to -25 or will keep you completely bone dry. Right? The knowledge that you've got 24 hours worth of food, your little cook set that you've practiced with so much you know it's going to work, you're going to be able to boil some water, melt some snow, warm yourself up. Okay? All works together. Now this doesn't just work when I'm out in the wilds, it's what I carry every single day with me. Okay, that knowledge is my toolbox. The kit that I carry with me, my everyday day bag. So in my everyday day bag, like I said, it's that small first aid kit. There's a poncho, shelter system. There's a small cook set, literally a micro cook set. Okay. There is also a couple of little munchies in there, just in case I find myself stuck somewhere. And it could be anything. It could be the car breaks down, but I've got a kit in the car that's designed to last me 48 hours. It's literally like a get home kit if I need it. But I could be on a train. I could be in a building. I could be in a lift. It could be in any number of situations where I suddenly find myself sat there going, oh, going to be stuck here for hours. And I'm starving. Oh, hang on. I've got a granola bar there. Okay, well that's going to keep my sugars up. That's going to build my carbs. That'll keep me going. Okay. Little things like that. Oh, I've got a couple of boiled sweets. Come on, let's have a boiled sweet. Let's think about this. How are we going to get out of this situation? What are we going to do? No, I'm stuck. I'm going to have to sit here and wait for rescue. Okay? It's that sort of kit. It's that sort of gear. It's that sort of mindset. And it's having that confidence. Okay? You also need to be aware and teach yourself how to be aware of your surroundings and situations. Okay? And that is all mindset as well. Being alert. Okay, have knowledge of what's going on around you. Don't go into a high risk area. You know, don't. You know, there's a protest like today. You know, there's a protest going on over there. Okay, and you don't want to be part of that protest. You don't want to be involved in it. You don't want to be in the situation. What's the route I can take around? How can I avoid it? Okay, listen to people. What's going on around you? Be situationally aware. Okay. Watch for things like sudden noises, sudden panic, sounds of panic, sudden screams, or even sudden silence. Okay, use that knowledge. Okay? And then allow your body to react. Keep control of it. Go to your kit, your knowledge, and your will. It'll be all good. So that's just my thoughts on how I process my survival situations. And how I practice, and I practice every single day. Okay, the knowledge I carry with me and the methods doesn't mean I have to walk around being paranoid or ready for the zombie apocalypse. It just means I walk around the shopping centre, and I walk into the shopping centre. I go, "Where's the fire exit?" So there's one there, one there, one there. Can I get Kaz down there on a mobility scooter? Yeah, I can. That's all right. Good. Okay, a little bit of teaching the mindset, teaching the research. Okay. Within a lot of the special forces guys train their brains to work like this. Know where the escapes are. Recognise the vehicle that's behind you, the vehicle behind that, the vehicle behind that. Keep a note on it. Now I'm not saying you have to be quite that paranoid, but it's all good training. Okay, it picks things up. Then when you're out in the woods, you suddenly become more attuned to what's going on around you. Okay, when you're walking through the woods and you suddenly go, I smell smoke. Okay, right. Well, my first process, and this is how it works for me. I walk through the woods, I smell smoke. Okay, what direction's the wind blowing? From that way. Okie doke, right, have I got an escape route that way? I don't want to run towards the fire. Okie doke. Is it local foresters or local conservationists who've just got a little burn going? Is it somebody doing bushcraft survival skills? Is it something else? What's the wildlife doing? Is it fleeing? Is it staying where it's put? Can I hear anything? Can I see anything? What's the issue? What's the environment? Then I make the choice. Do I get out? Do I stay? Okay, and you work like that, and it gives you the edge. Gives you that luck. Okay, blimey, got out of the woods before the whole place burned down. That was a bit of luck, wasn't it? It wasn't. A bit of knowledge. Okay. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to end it there. Otherwise, I'm going to waffle on for hours. Please like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, we've got our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It is going to be coming up very soon. We're well into the 900s now. So when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give away one of these cookers up here. Okay, one of the bush boxes to one subscriber, and we're also going to give a survival pouch away to another one. Okay, that will have a small first aid kit in it and what I call a survivor starter kit. Okay, we're going to give those away. That will be drawn on a random number selector and then sent out to whoever you are, wherever you are in the world. Okay, guys, have your adventures, take it easy, pop over and see us Sunday night, 2000 hours for our live chat. We have a giggle and a laugh there, and stay safe, have fun, love those you do, forgive those you don't, and as always, peace and light be upon you all. This has been Mickey, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Mickey out. Have a good one, guys.